Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? We might have an echo, just a warning beforehand. Let's check this out. There we go. Sound seems good. How is everybody doing this morning? Yeah, man, Christopher, you never really know on the internet, man. You never really know. So I gotta protect myself, you know what I mean? But you never really know. Honestly, though, the market looks pretty good today. We got a lot of gappers, a lot of decent movers, it seems. THC is one, ZYNE, HTBX, ACB, Cannabis Plays, APHA. Let's see, we might have a few pop up that I didn't see before. MNK. MNK doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great either, I would say. Let's see, CLNE, no volume. CODX, no volume. But we have HTZ, that looks good. HTZ, a lot of volume there. Probably earnings is what I'm guessing. FTNW. It started to pick up a little bit of volume since I posted that watch list. GE is, I don't know, GE is technically gapping down, it seems. But yeah, so we got some movement here. But yeah, you can see APHA doesn't look bad. Cron is gapping down again. Cron has been kind of trading against what the other cannabis stocks trade. Cron is gapping down. CGC is about break even, technically gapping down a little bit, but APHA and ACB are both up. So APHA, ACB are both up. Snap for Snapchat is about break even. What's up, Nick? Sheep, Chase. What's up, guys? NVCN is what I'm assuming you mean. Yeah, NVCN, big gap down here from 63 down to 44, so significant gap down there. We'll see if I can keep the green streak going here, though, guys. We got some movement though today. We got some movement. Overall, the overall market is technically down some. It's down about 50 cents. And so slight down day for the overall market. Although it is small. And we got some other stuff that's moving. And so yeah, like I said, man, we'll see if we can keep the green streak going. I mean, you know, if you guys know kind of how my trading's been, when I first started trading the when I first started trading the opening range breakout, you know, I had a lot of optimism about that strategy. The opening range just did not work as well as I would hope it to. And so, you know, I had a few tough weeks trading the opening range, but since then I started trading the VWAP strategies again, and my trades have been pretty good, honestly, for the last few weeks here, for the last 2 weeks or so. And let me see. I'm kind of scared to pull in my my graph from when I actually traded the opening range breakout. I'm sure that's a terrible, terrible looking graph, but I do. Let me see. But I do think my graph is very pretty since I started trading the VWAP fade again. And so let me see. Let me see if I can get my graph pulled up. Here we go. Yeah, so since I started trading the VWAP strategies, this is my graph, which is pretty good. We'll see if we can keep the green streak going here. Not a bad graph there. And so I'll take it, you know. We'll see if we can keep it going. Not a bad little, you know, trade session put together in the last few weeks. So we'll see if we can keep it going. about a 75 to 25 win-loss ratio overall in the last few weeks, and so I'll take it. Like I said, though, I'm scared. Like, if I honestly, though, like for full transparency, if I did bring up like my trading with the, if I did upload my trades from when I traded the opening range breakout, it would be a terrible, terrible graph. So full transparency, you know. But the graph that I just showed you can, you know, kind of signify how well the VWAP strategies have been working. They've been working pretty well, and so, you know, I'm gonna keep attacking those VWAP strategies until they stop working. What's up, Cooper? Christopher, Pun, Netron, Greg, Thomas, Sheep, Chase, Nick. What's up, Mitch? Hey, bro, you trying to get in here? What's up, Lucas? Greg, Sasa, Curious, Pun, Raybo, Age. What's up, guys? Sunil, what's up, man? Earning. All right, so let's see if we get Mitch in here. Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, we got a bunch of people that are in the classes, that are in the chat. Maybe some might not be here, but a bunch of people are in the classes. We got about 25 people, 25 students right now. Sorry, I'm trying to get Mitch in here. But yeah, not a bad looking market this morning, at least for gappers. We're getting some decent gappers this morning. Let me get Mitch in here. Hold on. Yeah, man, I'm a little bit early two-way, a little bit early, man. Let's see what else we get. All right. What's up, Thomas? Jay? Nick, man. No, Craig is a stock. C-R-E-G. Craig is a stock. If you're not being sarcastic. Yeah, CREG had a nice push yesterday. It's down to 135, so it's gapping down about 7 cents now. ACB looks good. APHA looks good, you know. APHA kind of pulling back a little bit. Watching ATBX as well, but yeah, the cannabis, I mean, Kron is dropping some, so we'll see what we get. Okay. No, I haven't gone over the news yet, two-way. I'll be right back, though. I'll be right back. Let me see if... I sent Mitch an invite. Mitch, if you're listening, bro. Oh, he's in already. All right, here, let me get Mitch talking, and then I'll be right back. Yo, what's up, man? Mitch's mic might not be set up.
Yo. Morning. Got you. All right. How we doing, traders? Good morning, traders. How we doing out there? Yo. What's up, two-way? What's up, Pun? What's up, Nick? Thomas in the house. We got Skynet, Bill, Netron, Greg, Goobler, Christopher in the house. We got the Chase, Shasha, the age of anonymous. I like it. Earning Don. Don trying to get that money today. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That hooch. I think two-way might know something. The mile high is very high, let me say. Nah, it's beautiful over here. I'm actually getting a good break from the really cold weather. You know, last week we kind of got the coldest weather Denver's had in about 4 years. We had in some places overnight 6 to 8 inches of snow, but I'm not complaining. Not used to the snow at all and enjoying every moment of it. Today, I'm going to be really looking at kind of the same kind of stocks I was looking at yesterday. Um, Mainly, it's going to be the stocks that I can trade. There is some stocks that have been moving that you long traders can watch. I can't trade, but CIF, Cliffs, and also you might want to take a look at this KDMD. I kind of like that one also for today. And of course, a classic one that's always up there, ZYNE. I am seeing THC. THC is up on the day, has a nice gap up. I'm going to definitely keep an eye on this one. This one has a tendency of running with another penny stock, but I'm going to keep an eye on this one as it's gapped up about 350. THC. It's not has anything to do with marijuana, but it's a pharmaceutical company or a healthcare company. Another one that I'm looking at, HTZ. HTZ is going to be Hertz. Hertz is something that I trade often. Very volatile. Has now gapped up pretty big amount on the daily chart. This stock has gone up and down. If you zoom out on the long-term daily, you're going to be able to see a long-term bull flag that it's breaking out of. I think if it could hold $20 here, we can get it back up there to the 25s. But it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be able to hold its gap up today. It gapped up aftermarket all the way up to 22.72. What do I think about Kron? All right, let's get back into kind of our kind of stocks. Another one that I'm watching is Solo. solo. It's kind of more in our price point. Has made a big move on February 14th, all the way up there to 667. Has pulled back to the support here at $4. I'm going to see if it's going to break $4 and head back down to 250, or if we're going to hold these $4 and get back up there to that $5 range. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cron for you, Bill. All right, Cron. What do I think about Cron at $20? All right, so Cron has a tendency of peaking out. Peaking out means that it does a nice big peak and then starts building up for a longer term pattern. If you draw a trend line right now to that first kind of bounce up, that's what I would kind of follow on this stock. I draw a trend line from that first green at 25 to the next green at February 21st. I'm going to also put a support line for this stock. I find the support being at 1868. So 1868 is the support that I want to see hold. If it gets below that, I would think it could get back down to 15. If it holds that, I'm going to be looking for my classic 1, 2, 3 pattern, a long pattern on a bullish. You want to see this daily workout. We've got a 1 up, 1 down, 2 up. We're going to get this 2 down. You want to see it bounce off this 1860 or hold the support, then come back up to the resistance, hold that support one last time, and then break out. That's a long-term bull flag on the daily chart for Cron. One stock that definitely broke out and has been holding its gains is AMRN. AMRN did get hit with bad news a little while back. At one point was making a big surge, pulled back here, now has a big resistance to break through at $20. But for you long traders, I would definitely keep this one on watch. If it does get above that $20 today, I think it could run up and start making a run past 2035. And then we got a new high after that. That would be up there to 2319. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Diego talking about U stock trade. You know, John, I'll let John talk more about U stock trade when he comes back because he's actually used them. I think it's a good trading service, especially if you're trying to do kind of that free trading. Now there is some restrictions, and I'll bring up what I always bring up about any broker. There's going to be strengths and weakness with any broker. I would agree, Nick. Nick bringing up kind of what we just talked, but the weakness side of U stock trade would be that you would need better charting service and that the capability of the platform is limited. But he also brings up a good strength. It's a good account for small accounts because the $1 commission rate. And he also mentions a great tip for you, Diego, using that Thinkorswim for charting. You can get Thinkorswim for free. All you need to do is sign up for an account, contact them, letting them know you want live data added to your account. And this way you'll be able to get that live data for free and be able to trade on Ustock Trade. All right. Well, I'd like to take this time um, before John returns here to kind of let you guys know, hey guys, we have this great service for you guys. We brought the service down to $15 a month. We have over 70 hours of content. Definitely something there that you want to go ahead and check out. If you haven't gone and checked out our website, definitely go and check it out. See how we've been growing and see how we can help you become better traders. All right, we got some stocks people are interested in: FTNW and HTBX. Positive phase two. I like phase two. News, two-way putting it out there, helping us out. Two-way always being a great help for news. FTNW awarded approximately $116 million in new infrastructure contract. So one of the key things with stocks like this is that the float is nice and low. They're getting new infrastructure, so that's great revenue potential. Let's go ahead and take a look at FTNW. All right, that's a great move there. As you can see, this stock never ever has moved like this in the past. Last time we made a drive in this stock was early 2018s, and this stock has been tanking since August. So I think a pullback to the $5 and 665 is possible. For you long traders, you guys can keep an eye on this one. I can't trade this one, but it's definitely out there. Yeah, I'm not so sure on the minimum deposit. I'll have John talk about it when he gets back. Skies is always one that comes up and down. You can see it on the daily chart, immediately up to 150 and then all the way right back down to 68 cents. Super volatile, not really my type of stock. Um, this one's way too jumpy. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm sure John will be here in 2 seconds.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My son literally made me beat him in Donkey Kong. So my son actually made me play and beat the boss in Donkey Kong. But I'm back. The boss is done. And, Alright. Alright, so from two-way, we got FTNW. FTE Network awarded approximately $116 million in new infrastructure contracts in January and February. The float is only 5.3 million, so a pretty small float, all things considered, for FTNW. And FTNW is gapping up some. Let's see what FTNW is doing. I don't know if Mitch went over these yet, but really nice gap up for FTNW. This one has picked up a lot of volume since I last looked at it. About 20 minutes ago, and gapping up from $1.09 all the way to $3.58. So a huge move for FTNW here. Huge percentage gap up. This one's up about, what is that? A little bit over 300%. And so just a crazy move here for FTNW. Yeah, I mean, I've used Kubra. I've used Ustock Trade. I have some old videos of me trading on Ustock Trade. It's a decent broker. There's some pros and cons, like most, but I have traded on Ustock before. Then also, guys, we have HTBX as two-way posted here. HTBX gapping up from 135 to 162 with positive phase 2 cancer drug news and a bonus analyst upgrade. Float of 22 million, so relatively small float, not a huge float, not a tiny float either. And so, you know, small float I would say, but, you know, on the a little bit larger than most other small floats, but it's up 20% after positive phase 2 cancer drug and a bonus analyst upgrade. And so appreciate that two-way. We also have SKYS here. A little bit of an insignificant gap, I think. I mean, it's up from 73 to 84, so it's up a decent amount, but volume's low, and it's not showing any significant like moves here. It's just a low volume push for SKYS. But the reason being is that the former CEO repays the settlement amount of $15 million, and Hudson withdraws BVI statutory demand. Float of $37 million, so a smaller float, not really a small float, a smaller float with that one. Then we also have, hold on one second, guys. All right, so with ZYNE, we also have ZYNE here. And this is a bio drug. It's gapping up nicely here from 504 to 594. And it is Zenerba Pharmaceuticals. They received a U.S. patent for the treatment of Fragile X syndrome and cannabidiol. Cannabidiol. Float of 13 million. Sounds like a CBD drug of some sort. Anyways, float of 13 million. Not bad of a float here. It was immediate funding. Here, I'll try to find a video of me trading on Ustock, but I have a bunch of them. Like, I used to trade on Ustock all the time. And so I do have a bunch of videos of me trading on Ustock. And they're not bad. The biggest flaws, like, I know Ustock pretty well. I traded on there for months. The biggest flaw of Ustock trade is that the fills are not great. And they will restrict like big moving stocks, right? So like if the stock is a crazy mover, like for instance FTNW today, you know, if this one's a crazy mover, sometimes they would label it quote limited.
I'm back. What's going on?
What's up, man? What's up, bro? Hold on. Let me make sure you're okay. Yeah, you're live. But yeah, the problem with the Ustock trade is that they would sometimes label stocks limited liquidity, and that would basically restrict you being able to trade it. You wouldn't be able to use a limit order. You could only use a market order, and the fills would, or no, you could only use a limit order, and the limit order fills were kind of sketchy with it anyway. And so they do restrict like crazy movers, probably by from their risk department is what I'm guessing. Like their risk department will restrict these kind of crazy parabolic movers, and the fills aren't that great. But I mean, commissions are $1. I think that definitely makes up for it, and I still think it's a good broker. I loved trading on there. Cheap commissions, no PDT rule, and as long as you can use a different platform for charts, like you can use UStock trades similar to what I do with TEFs. Like I use TEFs to execute my trades, but I use Thinkorswim for charts. That's what you have to do on UStock trade because it's a very minimalist platform. But here, I could post a video. Hold on, let me get this out here.
This kind of has to do with kind of like our class the other day on setting up charts and setting up your kind of your screen and the platforms that you want to use. One thing that we always recommend is whatever you feel comfortable with, kind of stick with that. John loves Thinkorswim. He's used it for a long time and he's comfortable with it. So that's why he continues to use it. I used the DOS platform for a very long time on SureTrader. So that's why I have a tendency of using more kind of generic charting like TEFs offers. But it's whatever you feel comfortable with. Some people might be okay using just the UStock execution and then Thinkorswim charting, or you could even use a different platform. If you like nice kind of good charting, there's always a TC2000, which offers a really low package for I think about $20 a month.
Yeah, I've heard of TC2000.
I loved it. I just kind of got away from it as I went to DOS, and then once I got off on DOS, I didn't continue using it.
Yeah.
I don't use DOS anymore. I used to use SureTrader a lot. I ran into kind of the same negative with SureTrader that you run into on UStock is restrictions. I feel that SureTrader has just way too many restrictions unless you have an account that you can use a cash account.
That's the way to really do it. Really, the way to my opinion. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
No,
sorry, brother. But no, the way I think you should really use SureTrader. Like if you're thinking about using SureTrader, this is probably, at least in my opinion, how you should do it. Right. So the biggest flaws of SureTrader are that the platform is ridiculously expensive. Right. But you could essentially pay for their web-based platform and just do exactly what I do with TEFs in Thinkorswim. Right? Like I use TEFs to execute my trades. I use TradeNet's broker to execute my trades. That's it. But I use Thinkorswim for charts and Thinkorswim for level 2, Thinkorswim for time and sales. Why? Because it's free and it's good charting for free. Right? And so instead of paying that $170 a month or whatever SureTrader is going to charge you for DOS, you could just use their web-based platform to execute your trades and just get it done. And then, like Mitch says, use a cash account. If you use a cash account with SureTrader and you just use their web-based platform to execute your trades, it's a pretty decent broker, honestly. I mean, you get good shorts, not that many restrictions because you're using cash. You're not paying hundreds of dollars a month for their web-based or for their platform, and it just makes more sense to do it that way. And that's my take on it. It's just cheaper. Because that's the big thing.
Hey, you got to find what works for you.
Right.
One of the keys is if you are going to be on a SureTrader and you're going to trade a small account, you got to remember, hey, if I'm going to put $100 and something for platform fees, and I'm going to put $10 minimum per trade on commissions, I'm going to need to take some pretty big sizing to overcome this.
Right. They're going to take those fees out of your trading account. You know what I mean? Like they're going to take that out of your trading account. Like that $100 and something platform fee, like that's going to get taken out of your account.
I used to hate that because a little part of me was like, I'll just put the extra 100.
But you never do.
But you can't.
Right.
No, they won't let you.
Yeah.
The minimum deposit on SureTrader is $500. And so if you get to that point where, let's say you wanted just to pay for the platform, you can't ask them that you'll just send them the hundred and something dollars, and that's
Right.
another issue that you can run into with shirt traders. So you're gonna need. I think shirt trader is a good account if you're going for, let's say, 2 grand or more,
And
because with
if you're trading penny stocks too, I love TradeNet. Don't get me wrong, TradeNet's great, Tefs is great, right? But I can't trade penny stocks on there. So like if you're trading penny stocks, and you're day trading, like seriously day trading penny stocks with a small account, I think Sure Trader's good. I think you kind of have to go to Sure Trader. Like that's the only option. I think maybe CME Group. I've never tried it. I've heard good things, but never tried it. But
yeah,
if you're,
I just put it up on the chat. It's kind of funny. Great minds think alike.
yeah,
To
bro,
anyone using it.
right,
We
right.
really want to find out more about this broker. If anyone's using it, we would love for you to contact us. Kind of just let us know what you're finding the strengths and weaknesses are from the broker, because that's one thing that we always stress. We like TradeNet as our broker, but that doesn't mean that we're always going to use them. We use them because right now we feel the strengths outweigh the negatives.
Right.
And if the strengths outweigh the negatives, then we're going to go ahead and continue using them.
The odds are more in my favor right now using TradeNet and Tefs than any other broker, at least for regular stocks, just because it depends on how my trading's been. Like if I in the future, if I want to move on to trading penny stocks, not move on, but if I just wanted to trade penny stocks as well, I'll probably think about CME Group, maybe Sure Trader, just depends. But like at this point, I'm content with Tefs and TradeNet because I can trade and everything's fine and commissions are cheap and it's working out fine for me. But I know I do want to trade penny stocks in the future. I used to trade penny stocks all the time if you watch my old videos. But, I just at a certain point I lost the outlet to do it. I didn't really have a bunch of money to put into a bunch of different accounts, and so.
Well, yep, it's one thing I'm going to be looking at. I think eventually I'm going to be trying to get a broker to be more long biased with, one that I can not split my profits with. And then I realized that I actually really don't mind splitting profits on the short side, because if you do your research and if you really shorted with different brokers, you know how much,
Locates.
yeah, how
Yeah.
much it's going to cost you for locates.
Right.
Locates are going to be just as much as kind of splitting that commission.
Oh, for sure.
Really where TradeNet actually knows and understands the business better, and that's why they set up that way where you can short any amount of shares, but the key is, we're going to split that profit because, hey, we're letting you do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it's not bad. Like, it's not bad. You're getting favorable for the most part. Like, what's the word? I can't think of the word. You're getting favorable conditions. You know what I mean with Tefs and TradeNet for the most part. Like you're paying $500, you get $700 to lose. It's an ideal thing for especially traders learning how to trade. I think. But like I said, with penny stocks, they're just not there. You just can't trade penny stocks, and that's understandable. But in the future, I would like to trade penny stocks, and so I might look at CME Group. I know I've traded on Sure Trader a lot before, and so we'll have to check them out.
Um, One that's also interesting for today, I'm going to add it to my kind of AMDMU. I always look at AMAT, AMAT.
What about NIO? NIO looks good. I'm watching NIO.
Yeah, one of my biggest things is if we look at like AMD, MU, they've made a huge bounce back in the last kind of 2.5 months, almost 3 months now. They've been straight green for almost 2.5 months. Everyone knows this is kind of the tech side that took the biggest hit. You can look at NVIDIA as one of the leaders
Right.
in the industry, and kind of the same thing. What I'm looking to see is if are we going to be able to get into the 45s for MU. Let's see for MD, what would that level be? That would be over 25.59 for AMD. If we can start holding above that,
Right.
we're really going to start looking bullish. But we could find resistance on AMD in the 25s here. We could also find resistance in MU just up at that peak right here at 43. It's been trying to drive over that 43, but hasn't really been able to stay above it. And if you look on the long term for MU,
I'll be right back. Sorry.
you can kind of draw a trend line. Kind of, I see a long term bearish pattern. So that this level right above it, that last day that it just did on February 25th, is going to be very important for MU. I like AMAT also just because it's also done kind of the same thing, kind of stalled up here. And if either we're going to break out and get above 41.17 and really start pushing on all these stocks, or they're going to break down through their support and kind of head back into the area. If we look at the overall market really, really, really has made an incredible drive right back up to the level it was at. And if you draw a resistance line where those green lines have been, what ends up happening, guys? It goes straight to that 281. I don't know if you guys are looking at the SPY, but can you guys see what I'm talking about on the SPY? Do you guys see that resistance line on the SPY? There's a beautiful resistance up there in the 281s, kind of holding there. We're going to see if this is going to start retracing back, start pulling back, or if it's going to get above that and get up there to that 287. And then we can get right back to the highs that we were at. After this incredible pullback, a great opportunity for everybody that was long investing to get right back into kind of the SPY and get those gains right back that they lost. Where's the chart? Well, I think my man John stepped out for a second, but I'm just looking at the SPY right here, and I'm kind of wondering what's going to go on if we're going to get above that 281. Another stock that I'm looking at today is AMRN. I talked about that one. It's going to be one of the keys. 6-month SPY. I like looking on the monthly. Yeah, you can really see it kind of bounce back there. Yes, Scott. If you see it, it's trending back to the resistance level up here. The 281. 281 is going to be a key level. Yeah, this is one of the real issues I have with Thinkorswim paper trading is that paper trading on Thinkorswim kind of blows. No offense to John, if you can hear this, but I try to be as honest as we can, and John and I both try to say our true opinions. And I think the paper trading on Thinkorswim kind of blows because it's very laggy, very slow. Hotkeys suck. I would agree, Nick. And also, you can't short many stocks. And so one of the key ways is to get around that is I use TC2000. I don't know if you guys have ever used them, but they have a great paper trading service. Lets you short a lot more. But if not, you got to kind of go old school. If you don't have TradeNet to get into, what I would recommend is actually old school shorting it on paper or doing trades on DOS. You can get the DOS platform for about $100 and paper trade a month, but it's an expensive paper trading service. So if you don't want to pay $100, you kind of got to stick with what you can work with. Okay, so there's two. There's a TC2000 that you can look up. That one's a cheap option. A more expensive option would actually be going straight to DOS and asking them for their paper trading service. You can make the level two what we call regional level two. So it'd only be costing you about $100 a month. And TC 2000.
Man, it was trash day. It was trash day. I had to go take the trash out really quick so we didn't get left. Oh, I hate trash day.
Show you guys TC 2000 and how it looks.
What's up, insurance?
I'm downloading it now. No, so I'm just talking about how sometimes people are talking about how you have trouble shorting on Thinkorswim with the paper trading, and some people talk about how it's not the best. And I mean, I kind of have to agree with them. It's not the best paper trading. It's just free, So
what, for Thinkorswim?
Yeah, Thinkorswim. You can't really short stocks.
Somebody said they wanted the class sign-up page. You talking about our classes? Okay.
All right. I think I'm opening up TC 2000 right now. So give me a second.
Here you go, pun. If that's the one you meant. There you go. All right, guys. Let's do it. We got HEAR popping up on the scanners here. HEAR. Vail. KMI. These are so-so. Yeah, man, I'm all winded. If you've ever had to take your trash out, and if you've ever missed the trucks and had to keep your trash an extra week, man. You realize you forgot to take the trash out. You're running, bro. You're running, man. John Hood, you see the market live stream, but then trade or see the market later. What? We trade on stream. And so I think there's like a 10 or 15 second delay, if that's what you mean. But yeah, I mean, we trade on stream.
All right.
Yeah, man.
You pull up my screen. I can show you guys a little bit what TC 2000 looks like.
Whoa, man. Stuff everywhere. All right. There you go.
Yeah, I can make it bigger.
Yeah, you might want to maximize that. There you go. All right. Yeah, that's TC 2000.
Yeah, that's TC 2000. This is kind of how it looks. It's very. What I like it is that it does very good, kind of the same way when you use Thinkorswim, where it measures out really well. When you use trend lines, you can go into multiple time frames. All the trend lines will show still, not like tests where if you use a trend line on the 5-minute, it might not show on the 15-minute correctly. They have a lot of different kind of features and things like that, and the paper trading is not too bad.
Right.
It's pretty well. One of the key things I like is that it had this thing where you could buy on the chart like this, and then you could set your line on where you want to buy. This is how I first started learning how to dip buy.
Right, but you can actually do that on Thinkorswim too.
Yeah,
Okay.
And that's why it helps you out. Like,
right.
What this does is it gives you an ability to start learning that you want to set a limit order at certain dips. Like if I was attacking this VWAP fade, I would attack it there at this 2070s, and I'm going to put my order out there. Regardless if this is going to work out or not, that's where I'm going to put my order out.
And I like the way this chart looks too. I like it. For me, it all depends on how the actual candles and chart looks. Like that's the big thing for me, right?
Yeah, this one I think has the visually. There's probably only one better out there in the industry, and it's too expensive, which is e-signals.
Yeah, I like these.
But these
pretty candles.
Yeah, they're pretty candles. It lets you zoom in. The trend lines are really well when you draw them.
Yeah, I like those too.
And this is my real key. Like, let's say if you're in this order, you can always measure your risk by clicking on the chart. You see how it tells me $255? If I took 500 shares there and my risk was where my cross is, my risk would be $255. And then so you could also figure out your profit target, and it tells you 150 or 225 up here. So this is a really good addition. This is how I figured out how, hey man, I can't be risking this to more than I'm gonna make here. It doesn't make sense. Really simply helps you execute and look at your risk. You don't have to think about it. You could just click on the chart and see what the risk amount would be for that share size. Helps you adjust, and it's a good service.
For sure. All right, I'm about to get the I'm about to get everything else set up.
Let's do it.
Yep, we got about 8 minutes left. 8 minutes.
Add a Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a 6-month ban, but I can always fix it, you know. I'm just joking. What's up, Addedly? Yeah, on Thinkorswim you can buy or sell in the chart. Let me see if I can remember how to do it. Yeah, look, if you side click, so say I could side click, I can go to buy custom with OCT, stop bracket. Like, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. I don't know what I just did. Let me get this, put this down. So yeah, you just side click and you can go to buy, sell, buy custom, create alert, analyze, so forth and so on. With stop, OCO bracket, order cancels order. I can't remember exactly how to do it though. It might be if you draw a line here. Let me see. And then I can side click that line, click buy, sell, move the line up. It's specifically when you actually have an order in place though. Like, I can't place an order because I don't have enough money in my Thinkorswim account. But once you place an order, that's what you do. You can place an order. You'll see the line on the chart. You can drag the order up or down. You can drag the line up and down to like change the price point of the order.
All right. I'm liking Solo. Have you seen this one?
Solo?
Yeah.
I did see Solo. I looked at it early this morning.
Yeah, it's tradable, so I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on that one. I feel like it's tried to get above this $4 multiple days now. So it's gonna be important today if it's gonna get over this 421 or break down and get to this 371.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to watch. It's tried multiple times to break that. If it does break it, it can very much go bullish, because when something tries to break out continuously, and then finally gets the volume behind it, the momentum,
Right.
you finally can get that surge. So that's one of the keys that I like to do, is I like to think of stocks both ways. What would cause the stock to be look on the bullish side, and what would cause the stock to look on the bearish side. So that way, if it is bullish, I can either choose to play my flag plays or just disregard it completely, or I can see it on the bearish side and know exactly what strategy I'm trying to tackle.
Right. All right, let me get everything set up here.
Yeah, I'm getting down to it. Time to get to that visualization mode. Time to know exactly the levels you're looking for so that you can master it and best overcome the open. Because the open is always going to be overwhelming for a lot of traders. So one of the things you want to be able to do is to really quickly overcome kind of the confusion and know your levels, know your key levels, what you're looking for, so that you can go ahead and get in the stocks that you want to be at. You know?
Right.
You want to be getting in stocks too early if they're not getting to that key level. And the same way, you don't want to end up getting in stocks too late because your key levels were hit and you were stuck watching.
Right. What did I do with my... Man, I hate it when it does this, man. I posted my watch list here, and I actually, like, was going to go back to see what I was watching. And now I have to go back, and it doesn't actually show my watch list. Does anybody know what my watch list was? If you could repost my watch list, that would be great. I know it was... It's either that... I mean, we got... I know we got...
And the race is on. Who's going to get to it first?
Right. We got APHA, I know was one. FT and W obviously was one. ACB looks good. NIO was another one. AMD always is one. Cron, CGC, GE.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, Chase. Chase talking about waiting 5 to 10 minutes for the pattern to form and seeing what the overall market is doing. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, what you're doing is you're looking for what we call the pattern, the actual pattern to break out, the opening range to break out.
Yep.
And once you get that opening range, then you're setting up your trade. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right, for sure. And I think it's actually, especially if you're a new trader, it depends on the strategy, obviously, but I think that's a smart idea because, you know, a lot of people are going to wait for the stock to actually pick a trend, to pick a direction. And if in that first, 10, 15 minutes, it's a little shady, to be honest. I mean, the VWAP fade's in play, and we usually attack the VWAP fade, but for that first 10 minutes, it's a little sketchy, And the reason being is because it hasn't really picked a direction. It hasn't really picked a trend. That's when the volume's the highest, and so it's going to be a little crazy at the open. And, your losses can get bigger at the open, as can your winners. And so it all just depends on your niche in trading. But for sure, it's not a bad move to be careful in the market. I'll say that,
Yeah, I am going to be looking at ACB also. ACB does look good on the daily. It looks actually pretty bullish on the daily. I'm going to be seeing today if it's going to be ripping through the 740s and get into the 750s.
Yeah, I'll probably watch NIO again. I had a good trade on NIO yesterday. I'll probably look to attack that. You said ACB?
Yeah, it looks bullish to me.
I don't know. I never really liked ACB that much. The reason, like, I'll trade it, but the range is just so small. Yeah. Bigger float, it seems, actually. Does anybody know the float of ACB? It looks like it's probably like a few hundred million, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a small range. Float is, the float is 958.6 million, so almost a billion in float. That's what I thought. It's a much larger float. And so its range is smaller, makes me like it a little bit less.
NVEV, gonna watch to see if that's gonna get above 6. If that can get above 6, then maybe it can reverse here and get a couple bullish days in. But if it can't get above 6, I think that's gonna be one to watch.
All right, guys, there's the bell. Isaac being serious today, man. Isaac being serious. What's going on in the world, man? What's going on in the world, man? All right, let's do this. Appreciate all the new subs today. Sorry, I just called them FC, Mondo, Arias, Vlad. Appreciate the subs, guys.
Okay, one of my stocks is making a quick down move here. KNDI. I'm keep an eye on this one.
All right, the overall market, the SPY is down a little bit today as well. It's bouncing back. The SPY's up right now, but the cannabis stocks, again, are just dropping. CGC, Cron. Cron, at least, they actually just pulled back relatively quickly, though. ZYNE dropping as well. HTBX is down some, too. FT and W popping up on the scanners, though. This one has a huge range right now. This one's up like over 300% in pre-market and just a big range. What's up, James? Good morning, bro. Good morning, brother. All right, we got FT and W. If you could trade these, I mean, watching it at the pre-market high right here. NIO spiking up. AMD dropping. SPY dropping. ZYNE dropping. HTBX dropping. CGC dropping. So a lot of stuff's dropping right now, actually. SPY's dropping. Except for FT and W. This is kind of the penny stock that said FTW. You know, it's still going
ACB
up.
looking good. ACB looking good.
Yep.
Kron was interesting. It did a nice drop right before this.
Yeah, that big wick though makes me not trust it. It drops all the way to 1950 and then bounces right back up. It's just a little, you know. I mean, I like ACB right now because the risk reward's tight, right? You got that 739 risk. That's 4 cents, 4 or 5 cents. Make it 740 just to be safe. 740 risk, and then you got 735 down to 727. So you got 5 cent risk, almost 10 cent reward. So the risk reward's decent. Kron spiking up though. CGC spiking up now as well. Spy still down. NIO dropping now. FT and W pulling back. Oh yeah, HTZ. Appreciate that, Bill. HTZ. What is it doing? I forgot about that one. That one was on my watch list this morning.
It bounced there.
Yeah, big spike for HTZ. I forgot about that one. So appreciate it. I forgot.
Yeah, I was watching that one, and I brought that one up in pre-market also.
There goes ACB pulling back.
MU looking interesting there, but it's holding very well. VWAP bounce looks like it.
Nice two-way. Hey, congrats, brother. Nice game. Big game. Good job. AMD pulling back. Looks like a good fade, honestly, for AMD. It's been a while since I traded an AMD fade. Let's see where my risk would be. You got about a 10 cent reward. And so, I don't hate that risk. 67 is my risk for AMD.
You going strong there.
Okay, so I probably won't get an AMD then. Yeah. The reason I said that is I was looking at a fade for AMD, but if MU is strong, that's the same sector. They're both microchip stocks, and so I don't want to get faked out because of a sympathy move from AMD because of MU. Now maybe it's the bad move. I mean, would have been good risk reward about 2-to-1, but I got to protect my account and.
NBB getting interesting here. Oh, it just got squeezed a little bit there. Some buyer came in there at 1,200 and 500 shares, but 12,500 shares right there at 570.
Maybe a long day today.
I'm still looking at KNDI. It looked interesting there. It just didn't pop up enough for me. I wanted to maybe take 770s off of 780s, but I didn't get in there. I wasn't able to get that fill. Looks interesting though. KNDI.
I'm watching to see if AMD does what I would have wanted, so I can have some FOMO on the day. You know. I don't know why. I'm just watching it, and if it doesn't do what I want,
feel it.
Right. If it doesn't do, I can be happy I made the right decision. If it doesn't,
I think the weed stocks look a little bullish today. They're kind of doing like these little kind of fake outs on the VWAP fades. I'm seeing some good volume stepping in there at ACB. Good volume there. 3,000 shares keep flowing through there at 38s.
Yeah. FT and W pulling back some, but yeah, cannabis stocks are running. CGC, Kron, APHA, ACB. They're all kind of bouncing a little bit. The SPY is actually down though today. SPY actually looks like a good VWAP fade, honestly. It's maybe a little over now, but SPY looked like a good fade. CGC spiking here. Let's see, what's NIO doing?
There you go, ACB spiking there.
Look at NIO, bro. I'm watching NIO for a fade. If it pulls back to 912, I'm jumping on NIO.
All right.
Look at that one. Actually, it kind of already filled the gap, which is a little, you know.
ACB looking for maybe a VWAP bounce here alongside. It would be off at 35, 37, and the risk would be 30.
Yeah, Kron looked good, Scott. That one did look good.
One that looks like for maybe VWAP fade there. I'm looking maybe TIBA. I think KNDI might break this right here, the 755, and it might just crash here.
Yeah, I'm looking at NIO. Vitalis. I'm definitely looking at NIO. If it can get back to 911, I could use. Let's see, where's my risk in this trade?
There's
Reasonably
ACB now, guys.
920.
They're the 45s now. I'm telling you, those 50s.
ACB.
Yeah, ACB looked strong on the daily. Looks like we had a red to green move there. We're gonna see a pullback. Let's see if we get this pullback to 38s.
Okay, so the SPY just took off. The SPY just took off. It completely rebounded very, very quickly. And that's probably going to drag a lot of these other stocks up if they're down following the SPY. So
yeah, I see a lot of red to green moves. Red to green move on PHA. Red to green move on ACB. The only one that really looks bearish right now is KNDI for me. That looks really bearish, but it's just not giving me an entry. Don't have an ability to enter here.
Yeah, not yet.
This correctly.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at NIO. NIO looks pretty good if it can get back up to 910, but if it's going to get back up, there's another story. Cannabis stocks are running though. Cron, CGC, looking super strong this morning. AMD would have stopped me out, and so I'm glad I didn't take it.
All right, ACB VWAP bounce would be 739, 740 entrance. Risk would be off of 734 or 735.
New cannabis stock, CTST. You can check it out. When did it IPO? Yesterday?
There's ACB at 50s, yeah. Guys.
Had a nice fade yesterday.
Straight ripping.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything bearish right now that I really like. ZYNE, I can't trade it, but ZYNE doesn't look terrible if it can get back to the VWAP at 580. Honestly, I really like that one if it can get back to the VWAP, but I can't take it. It's not tradable. But yeah, the SPY pushed up, broke the highs. And so at this point, I'm just looking to see if I could find anything bearish, which is, I don't know if I will be. We'll see. Like I said, if NIO gets up to 909, I don't hate it with a 920 or so risk, about 2 to 1 from 910 to 890 for my reward target, and from 910 to 920 is my risk. And so 2 to 1, maybe a little bit better than that if I use that 880 level as my reward target. About 3 to 1, but
KNDI back at VWAP here, but looking strong, looking like it's trying to squeeze a little bit here. Some volume stepped in there at the 55s.
Yeah, I think the risk reward's pretty rough for that one too.
Yep.
I think 780 would have to be risk, and that's less than 1 to 1. I think at least
EV making a downturn again. That one could be one to watch for the third time it pops back.
What do you think about NIO here if it breaks 9 and gets back up to 910?
Pull it up. I don't think it's bad if you can get it at 909 and you can risk
920.
Yeah, 920 or even 915, 916. It's not a bad trade.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at now. We'll see though. The only thing that's making me a little hesitant
NDI looking strong
is because the closing price was at 922. No, that's wrong. The closing price was, I gotta figure out where the closing price. The closing price was roughly at about 9, and so because of that, I think it may have some support there. I mean, but it's bouncing back. It's at 904. It is bouncing back, and so
ACB not stopping, guys. Collecting volume up there at 750s. I'm looking for the pullback, but haven't gotten it.
Nice, Daniel. Hey, man, for sure, bro. The SPY's super important. That's why you always hear me call it out. Like, if the SPY bounces back, you'll see a lot of other stocks follow it. And so definitely, man. The overall market's super important, too. Even stocks that you wouldn't think are related, the overall market can drag them down for sure. Even if it doesn't seem like it would. NIO looks kind of good here, man. Let me see. All right, I'll take a swing at it. It dropped too quick. All right, if it can get back up to 910, I'll take it. 906, 920 risk. See if I can get that 910 entry. 908. You gotta give me that entry. 908. 909, 910. All right, so I am in NIO with an entry of 909. 1 cent away. I'll take it.
That's not bad.
920 is my risk. 920.
All right. Good established trade.
Yep.
Now it's not about winning or losing. It's just about sticking to your trade.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a trade. Nothing I can do. Just got to stick to my levels now. 920. Risking about $30 on the day, which is understandable risk. I think that's fine. Reward target, like I said, is at least at 890 or so. 890.
Yeah. KNDI getting some volume there, guys. That's a squeeze there. Long traders, you guys can watch that one. That one has a great daily chart. It gets above 787s and holds above 780s.
All right, we're at 14. We're getting a quick spike here. We'll see if we can hold some resistance. It's down to 911. I like the rejection. We'll see if it actually holds down here now. 909. All right, so it did get rejected there. Let's see if that level holds.
Boom, look at that.
Ideally.
Now the 790s.
All right, there's sevens. But yeah, risking about $30, $35 probably after slippage in this trade. Wait, look at K and DI, man. That thing is running.
Told you.
Yeah, for sure.
It looked strong. It looked like it was trying to squeeze.
Yeah, it might be a little risky even trying to short anything today. I'm seeing a lot of stuff push. There's 907s. 908s. It's trying to stay down here for NIO. We'll see what we get though. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't even realize NIO wasn't on my screen here. Sorry. Yeah, this is NIO. You can see the VWAP fade right here. Risk is up here at 920. So it doesn't look terrible. Sorry. Just now realized NIO wasn't pulled up on my charts. Like I said, risk is up here at 920. Risking about $30 with 300 shares. Reward target's going to be down here at 890 ideally. I'll probably take some at like 895 or so if it gets down there. And then let the rest test 890s. But it's a tight risk, decent reward trade. And so, you know, at this point, I've already done the analyzation. I just got to let it work, see what happens. If it gets to my risk, all I got to do is follow my levels now. If it gets to my risk, I get out. If it goes to my reward target, I take profit. So let's see what we get. I mean, I'm not really forcing the trade. I think it was a good looking fade. It was a tight risk, good reward trade, I think. I mean, I don't think it was forcing. I think it was just good risk reward. You know, you got 10 cent risk, 20, 25 cent reward. So, you know, even if it stops me out, it's just about whether it's going to work in the long run. You know, whether it's going to be with 2-to-1, whether it's going to be over 33% accurate in the long run. And I think it would be. To put it another way, you know, I'm risking $30 to make 60, 70, 75. And so I don't think that's terrible. All right, starting to get a little bit of a squeeze on NIO. Up to 17s, 18s, 19s. Gonna let it test 920, but if it breaks 920, I gotta get out. Again, I can let it hit 920, but if it breaks 920, I got to get out of it. All right, there's a nice rejection down. We'll see if it actually holds. Big down wick, but I like the rejection, obviously. We'll see if it actually holds, though. It may just pick up some strength and pop right back up. All right, there's 19s, 20s. Hand over the cover button. All right, I got out for a $36 loss, which is fine. Like I said, it was a good risk-reward trade. It just ended up squeezing up on me, which is fine. Now that it's right around this high of the day, that's not really where I want to risk it. You didn't get in anything yet, Mitch?
Nope, I'm looking at KNDI maybe for a VWAP bounce, but on the long side. But I have to get in at 70, risking off a 760.
Yeah, that's what I would look for, is 70. I like that 760 level too. But yeah, with my NIO trade, it was just good risk reward. All I can really do is hold it to my levels, and this is one of the ones that ended up coming back on me. So, to be expected, kind of how it goes sometimes. But like I was trying to, like I was trying to explain, it gave me, depending on where you're going to base your reward off of, it gave me either 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 reward to risk, right? And so with that said, the thing you have to ask yourself when you're trading these is it going to be profitable in the long run, right? And so if it's 2-to-1, I have to be right 33% of the time. And in this case, I think I would have been. And so in the long run, it would have been profitable. If it was 3-to-1, I would only have to be right 25% of the time. And again, I think in the long run, that would definitely be profitable. And so this individual trade didn't work out, but, the risk reward was there. And so by standards, I kind of have to take it. But yeah, and that's like my third red trade in 2 weeks. And so that's fine. Big blunt. What's up, Ricardo? HTBX kind of looked like a fade if you use pre-market, but it's starting to get hit, HTBX. But yeah, this is why I got out of NIO, is because 920 is the most obvious reversal point. If it doesn't actually reverse at 920, this thing could easily squeeze up.
Look at HTZ. That fooled us.
Whoa, that one filled that. If you want to see what a gap fill is, look at HTZ.
It might still fade.
Right.
Risk the reward there.
Hold on. I got a Canadian number calling me. Hold on one second.
Oh, Canada. My home, sweet home. All right, what's looking good here, guys, is AMAT. AMAT is building a nice flag. Seeing a nice flag build up on AMAT. Looked good there in the 70s, low 70s, 74, 71s. I say 74, a great entry, 75. Base your risk right off of 70. All right, guys. I'm seeing KNDI hold again here. Let's see what's going to happen here in the 80s.
Yeah, sorry, I muted them. Every now and then we just get people that are just trying to troll, and it's just part of it. Hold on, bud. Most of the time, it's like competing YouTube channels that are just trying to spam. So hold on. I know how to stop it. Hold on. This should stop it right here. There we go. All right, that should do it. Sorry, guys. Sometimes we get people. A lot of times, like I said, it's like competing YouTube channels that just kind of want to make my stream. They see a bunch of people watching my stream, and so they get all upset about it and want to try to ruin it. Cooper, refresh your screen, bro. That is way behind. Alright. There we go. Yeah, for sure. I know exactly how to fix it. Like, you get people that do that. Like, I know how to stop it. You know, it's a bot. And so I know how to stop it. It just takes me a little while to figure exactly out how, but I got it. Hey, appreciate the sub, Neo. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Nice two-way. Hey, good trade, brother. Good trade, man.
I'm trying to get into AMAT here at 75, but it keeps getting away from my price.
But yeah, I mean, look at Cron, CGC, you know. Those are really looking up. If you're looking for long trades, Cron, CGC, even NIO, after I got out of it, kind of breaking over that high. This is exactly why, though. This is a really good example. I'm actually happy with this NIO trade. Is because my risk was 920. You can see after 920 what happened, the volume started to spike up, and this thing really started to push up. And so it kind of confirms why I set that level as my risk. And definitely happy I got out at that level because I avoided a much bigger loss than it would have been.
All right, guys, I'm long on. Long on. It's AMAT. Just trying to figure out the exact position I got. I got in at a little bit of a bad fill there, 79.
Yeah, let me throw you up.
Wanted 75, but willing to add a little bit of shares there at 75. Risk right now is off of 71.
Yeah, Tiny. I'm glad I bailed too. It's what we always talk about in our risk classes, right? It's like when you're setting a risk or a stop or whatever you want to call it, you're trying to set it at the most obvious reversal point, right? That's where you want to set it. And because the reason you do that is because if it doesn't reverse at the most obvious point, it can really squeeze up in the other direction, right? And so on NIO, 920 was that level. And you can see after 920, what happened. It really squeezed up big, and that's exactly why that level was my risk. Correct, Siesta. That means his stop loss, you could call it. It just means where he's risking to. You know, where, you know, his stop loss. He's going to get out the trade if it breaks that level.
I'd like to see some buyers step up here in the 79 and buy the 80s.
Yeah, but whoever's using those bots, man, I hope they just wasted a bunch of money. Because, like, no matter what they do, I can always find a way to just
Hey, John,
stop
I
it.
see one moving back. HTZ doesn't look too bad. Risk to reward there.
All right, let me look at it. You talked me into it. And hold on, let me see. It doesn't look bad actually. You're right. Risk 2050, entry of 2030, reward level of 19 something, 1950 maybe 1925. The only problem is that it looks a little bit of a bullish. It looks kind of bullish on the pullback. You know, like you know me, like with the VWAP fades, I like it to quickly pull back to the VWAP. Since this one's kind of stair stepping back up there, it's kind of slowly putting in higher lows and higher highs. It makes me trust it a little bit less. That's the only thing with it.
All right, gonna watch this right here.
Yo, what's up, Eric? What's up, brother? No. He's back.
Spending more money.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, watch. I can stop it immediately. Hold on. Like, so whatever he uses, you know what I mean?
All
like,
right, guys.
There we go.
All right, guys. My average now is 76. 76, and my out is 70.
All right. Well, he's gonna make me do it again. I kind of feel bad for the dude, though. I think this is what he does with this time. There we go. Yeah, the old Russian chicken bot, huh?
All right, guys. Now that I have that new low, my out is going to be 71 here. 71. I have that new low to go off of.
Isaac, man, get out of here, bro.
See if we get a scoop up here of the 75.
Yeah, not a coincidence, man.
There we go. That's looking nice. Some levels getting scooped up there. It is a seller there though, in the 78. So let's see if it gets through him.
It kind of feels good though to see somebody like this desperate to like spam me, because it just means that like whatever I'm doing here is making them so upset that they feel the need to like attack the channel like that. Like whatever I'm doing is making them so upset that they gotta feel the need to just spam people.
Hey, well, you know how it is. There's always haters. Haters gonna hate.
Yep, 100%. What's up, TJ? Welcome, brother. Welcome, man.
There you go, getting bought up in the 80s. Lots of volume coming in here.
Looking good for you, man.
And
what's your risk?
Risk was 70.
Okay, I like that. Where's your reward target? High of the day?
This one's going to be 84.
Yeah, looks good, bro.
85, somewhere in that level. We got the volume we wanted to see. Now let's see if it holds this trend line here. And the next is just a micro pullback. Gets bought up here in the 80s, rips up to the 90s, and we can get to 40.
Looks good, man. Let's see a little bit more squeeze up. There you go. Get that profit.
Get
Wait,
it ready.
how many shares do you have? 500?
900. I added
Oh.
size,
Oh wow.
but it's small risk. It's only about 6 cent risk.
Yeah, no, you're good, Michael. I don't know what happened to it either, bro. I saw
All
that.
right. I have the. All right, guys. Gonna cover some right here, guys.
Nice.
There you go. Sold 400 shares there, guys. Here, let me open this up so you guys can see the unrealized and realized. There you go.
I didn't even know you could do what you just did. Drag it. It looks good though, bro. Beautiful VWAP bounce, man. How long has it been since you traded a VWAP bounce too?
Oh, this wasn't a VWAP bounce.
Oh,
This
that's
is
a triangle. Sorry.
It's a flag.
Yeah.
It has it. The VWAP bounces within it. That's how we always look at things.
Right.
Has multiple patterns that it's following.
Yeah, and if any of the new students, this is why I said Mitch is the flag triangle guy. He's the one that attacks the flags and triangles.
Right. Next target, we could target either the 40 or we could target the 90. In my eyes, I feel we should target at least up to the 40s so that we get that nice risk to reward. We've already paid ourselves $30. We're not going to lose on this trade, but we're going to give ourselves a chance to make a good gain on here. I saw the volume step in. This is exactly what you want to see when you get a trade like this. Is a big amount of volume stepping in. Let's see how it looks on the 5 minute. 5 minute looks like a beautiful flag.
Honestly, I'm kind of bummed out. Look at HTZ now, dude. You were right. It was a good one, man. It was a good one.
Hey, I told you, brother. Had the good
Yeah.
risk to reward.
Look
It's
at
all about risk to reward.
right, 100%. That's exactly what
It might have good range there,
Right.
but if your risk is only going to be about 20 to 30 cents, but you can make easily 40, 60 cents, that's not a bad trade.
Right. It's exactly what I mean, man. Like, no matter what, even if, like, I think I explained it the other day, but even if you look at a stock, right, or a chart, and you say that's an ugly chart, right? If the risk reward is good, the risk reward is good. It doesn't matter how you feel, your subjective view on the stock at that current time. It's just about whether it's going to be profitable in the long run. And HTZ was an example of that. You know, I said, I don't really like the way it's moving up. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but the risk reward was good. And so with that logic, I probably should have taken it. What I am happy to see, though, is that NIO spiked up huge after I got out of it. And that's exactly why I get out of it, is because 920, it broke that 920 level. You could see the volume start to pour in at 920, and then you could see it just spike up. And so, again, when I'm setting a risk or a stop or whatever you want to call it, I'm looking for the most obvious reversal point, right? And so when NIO breaks that and continues pushing up, you know, I have to get out of it. And so that's why that level made a lot of sense. And so it was time to get out. Didn't work out, but my exit was on point, I think. I'm glad I got out when I did.
Exit on point. That's what I want to hear. All right, guys, I'm going to shut the mic for a second, but next profit target is going to be with 200 shares of the 500 at 94.
Right. All right. Well, I'm gonna, since Mitch is in this, I'm gonna I'll pull him back up once he comes back. I'll just start looking at other stuff while we're waiting. But yeah, this is where I got out of NIO at 920. Like I said, definitely glad I did. ACB kind of looks like a good VWAP bounce here. Let me pull this back up on the right way. On IGCC? Is IGC a stock anymore? I know IGC turned into IG. IGC is a stock. I thought it was IGCC. What? Is IGC back? No. No, it is. Can anybody explain this to me? Is IGC back today? It is. Is it a different stock or is it still the cannabis stock? Man, NIO is still climbing here, guys. IGC is back. So it's the same stock, Jimbo? Same stock. Okay. So it's, what was the name of it? Whoa. Yeah. Interesting here, man. I remember IGC. I wonder if it's tradable. But yeah, I remember IGC got pumped, removed, turned into IGCC in the OTC world, and now it's back. It's back on the Nasdaq. On the New York Stock Exchange, yeah. Yeah, it did global, right? Yeah, super sketchy stock. I'm not buying it. I'll say that. I can't buy it now. It's not even available for me to trade anymore. Which is probably a good thing because I'm not buying that thing anyway. I used to trade it all the time. I mean, it was good for shorts a lot, you know, but it would also get pumped up. All right, so Mitch is in AMAT. Let's see how that one's going. Pulling back a little bit here.
Okay, so one of the keys in my trade right here is this pullback is actually a good measured pullback.
Yeah, barely can hear you, bro.
All right, can you hear me better now?
Yep.
I hate when my mic does this.
You're good.
All right, so we're seeing this measured pullback here. What we want to see is it get bought up. By it being bought up, you want to see big sizing, scooping up in the 80s. By it scooping up the 80s, it'll hold it from getting to the VWAP. And even if we come to the VWAP, which would be 77, we're in at 76. Right here, we're risking off of 74. I'm still risking 2 cents because I can see the build in the volume keep building up. So if we keep this build, we can swing through these 80s and get right above to these 39.90s and above.
Yeah, I barely can hear you, man. Here, I can turn them up a little bit.
No stress. It's my mic. Hold on.
Okay.
Yo.
Still barely. Here, I can turn you up. I mean, I can turn you up on mine. Here.
Nah, it's because when Marley barked, the mic like gets all like.
Is that better, guys? Say something, Mitch.
All right, guys. You guys can hear me?
Is that better? I turned them up on my end. That should help, I think.
All right, here's this drop to 77. Let's see if it gets scooped up here.
There we go. Yeah, I just turned them up on my end.
HTZ. Look at that one, John.
I know, bro. That's what I said. Don't remind me, bro. I saw it, man. I knew it. As soon as I saw it pull back right at the VWAP, I was like, this is going to fade beautifully here. And it did, unfortunately. So kind of how it goes, but, you know.
Exactly.
It is what it is. So how many shares you got left? You got 500?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pull it up on my charts so I can see.
Yeah, pull it up on your charts. It's probably going to look better. I'll just keep talking through it.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks like a VWAP bounce. I can see it bouncing right here. It just depends, right? If it breaks under, you know, what is this, 74, I wouldn't hold it. You know, I think that's exactly where you said your exit was too, 74. But getting a little bit of a bounce there right around the VWAP, so we'll see if it holds. But yeah, HTZ was a beautiful VWAP fade is what it was. HTZ pulled right back to the VWAP. Mitch even called this one out. If you heard him earlier in the stream, he said, hey, John, look at the fade on HTZ, the potential fade. And I remember I kind of talked myself out of it, but it followed through really well. So Mitch was spot on with that one.
I'm trying.
All right, Cargo. Did Mitch just execute a $35,000 trade? Let me see. How many shares you buy? 900?
Eventually, I mean, I used majority of my purchasing power there, so
yeah,
using the student one. So.
Let's see, 900 times $40 just to even it out. Yeah, about 30. Yeah, that's exactly right, Enduro. It was about 35,000.
I mean, but the risk wasn't that.
Right, so. And I mean, with margin, I mean, that's fine. Like, your risk is...
great to teach you. Great lesson to teach you guys. I mean, if your risk isn't that, then it's okay.
Right. And I mean, when you're trading a, you know, a $40 stock, I mean, that's not abnormal to have, like, to spend that much. It's not, like, crazy to spend that much. Because the thing about it is, like, yeah, you're spending that much, but look how small the range is on AMAT. Like, yeah, it's a $40 stock, but the total range on the day is only about what, 40 cents? 40, 50 cents on the day. So it's only moved 40 or 50 cents all day. And so, it's not abnormal, I guess.
All right, guys, have my order to add here at 76. Willing to add my shares right back in here.
Hey, appreciate that, Gurov. Thanks, brother, for the 20. Does anybody know what that is? All right, later, Sunday. Later, brother. But yeah, appreciate the 20 whatever donation, bro. I really appreciate it, man. What is that, though? Does anybody know? All right, I got to look it up. But I appreciate the donation, brother. Let me see.
Okay. All right, guys, my up here would be underneath 74, risking 3 cents here.
Wait.
Added back to sizing there.
Wait. So.
All right, 73 here. What? I can't let this go on to 73. There's a bounce back. Let's see it get bought up here, or it's just going to crack through.
Wait, so on my end, it says 20 Indian rupees equals 28 cents. So did I just get a 28-cent donation? Hey, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Regardless. I mean, I appreciate the donation, man.
All right, got to be careful here.
Hey, right. I'll take it, man. Hey, appreciate the 28-cent donation, man. Seriously, appreciate it. I didn't even know you could do that, though. I didn't even know you could donate in other currencies.
Hey, right?
Right. Every cent helps for sure, man. Right. Exactly. That's a meal in India. I mean, I appreciate it. It works, man. I'll take it.
He got you a meal in India. That's what he got you, brother.
Right. Hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. And I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's fun.
Right. A donation's a donation, brother.
Coins. You can collect them.
But yeah, seriously, though, I appreciate the fact that you took the time to give me that Gurov. Seriously, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, most don't even. So.
Right. Exactly.
We appreciate it, for sure. It's definitely fun. What currency was it?
Indian rupee.
Indian rupee.
Yep.
Right.
So hey, shout out to Gurov. Appreciate it.
Dollars. So.
Yeah. Well, no, actually a funny story. So, I was selling my books, right? And I should have known this. I was selling my books, right? And I can't remember what currency I was, when I sell books, I have to look through each book to make sure it's in good condition. So I kind of flip through the pages and everything like that, right? And so I'm selling these books and I find some type of foreign currency. I think it was like Malaysian currency or something like that. And it was like 5,000 or it was like 1,000 something. I can't remember what currency it was. And so I'm like, man, I just found 1,000 something. And I look it up and it's like literally 0.007 cents. And I was like, it was like such a buzzkill. I was super bummed out about it. I was like, man, I thought I was rich. I actually only made 1/7 of a cent, Right, exactly.
All right, guys, let's see if it's going to get bought up again.
But yeah, shout out to Gurov for that donation anyway, man. Appreciate it.
All right, looking good. Let's see if the volume jumps right back in here.
You're back in with 800 shares?
Yep, there's no point. If I can get that risk right back down to where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and add my sizing. This is the one thing that I'm trying to grow in this year, is trying to get to the ability to add back sizing.
Yeah, I've never been, man. I've always wanted to go to India. I've always wanted to go to Australia, and I've always wanted to go to honestly, to Russia. I thought Russia would be cool too, just to see it.
Russia, drink some vodka.
Look at HTZ, bro. Look how beautiful that fade was on HTZ, man. It did it too. That's what happens, man. Beautiful fade.
I got you, bro. I tell you, I try to hook you up, man.
I mean, it's all right. Like, listen, like it's been a beautiful 2 weeks, man. It really has. It's been a great 2 weeks. If I have a losing day, I have a losing day. I'm not
Way
gonna beat myself up for it, you know.
to get back into following your strategy and getting
Right.
up to next levels, you know.
Honestly, trading the opening range really put like a toll on me. And I was talking to somebody else about it, and they were like, "Well, so are you saying that the opening range is worthless?" And I said, "No, the opening range isn't worthless. It all depends on the market. You know, it really just depends on the market. You know, because sometimes the market's going to be favorable for the opening range breakout, and sometimes it's just not. And I think I just got unlucky that when I started trading the opening range, the market kind of turned and just wasn't favorable for it. I think it'll probably work with certain conditions, as will most strategies. But for me, it's just not one that I'm going to continue trading. But yeah, like I said, I mean, we got a lot of hate. I got a lot of hate when I started trading the opening range. A lot of people making fun of me for losing once I started trading the opening range and not doing well and really like testing and trading it. And so, you know, a lot of insecure people online, obviously. And so it feels good to get back in the winning column the last 2 weeks and to kind of start getting back to my bread and butter and just kind of sticking with what always has worked for me, which is, you know, kind of a good lesson. And you got to find your niche, stick to what works, you know.
That's what it's always has been, always will be.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Canada. My stepdad is from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. Love Canada, beautiful country, super nice people too. Um, I've been to Mexico, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico. Never been to Europe or overseas.
All right, I got to get ready for work, so I'm going to put a stop here at 74. Normally don't do this, but oh, this is a range. Okay.
Right, for real. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate it, Gaurav. Like, listen, that's what I was saying. Like, I know it for like the U.S. It's small time, but like for Indian, you know, it's a full meal. So like, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate it. I appreciate the thought, if anything, man.
All right, guys, I have an order to sell 400 here at 84 as we got into the 81s, 82s here.
Yeah, I would. That's what I would. I would try to take some profits, bring that risk down. I mean, that's just me, just because it. I mean, this looks like a good point to get it spiked up a little bit here, to see it spike up a little bit here, but.
Yep. And that's why I take half off here and keep
Right.
the last 400 for the breakout.
Right.
Cancel the order for a second while it pulls back. Whenever you see these kind of pullbacks, you don't want to be pressuring the stock the opposite way. So if you have your sell order out there, you're actually creating pressure. So take off your sell order, let the stock pull momentum towards your target, then put your order out.
Right, but it's CFD trading though, so I mean, it's not gonna, you know, I don't think those actually show up.
I don't know, man. I've heard certain things.
Oh. I don't know.
Watch,
It's possible, I guess.
they're watching me. Let's just put it that way. I've done it enough with even this that I've seen it. I've seen it play an effect. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not consistent, but it definitely plays an effect. So, one of the keys today is I didn't really see an A+ setup. So I took the setup that I felt was the best for my risk to reward. I might not come out with the biggest winner, but what I can do is still manage the trade. I already have $30. So if I lose $30 and all I did was pay commissions to make this trade, then so be it. But
Right.
I'm giving myself more than the capability for if the trade does go my way, that I can get a nice reward for the day and, hey, enjoy my day.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible still. I mean, it's still a little early to tell, but, you know, I think it could very easily break those levels to, like, continue pushing.
I'm going to just put this stop at 74 because I got to put my shoes on. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
All right, brother. Oh, also, guys, I'm going to pull Mitch down a little bit while we're waiting. Also, guys, if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use on a daily basis, go check out TradeNet. It's the one that Mitch and I use, and so if you're interested, you can get 10% off if you go through by going through my link. And so, like I said, if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I do, the broker that Mitch is using right now, relatively cheap commissions if you're using small sizing, decent platform. Go check this link out. I'll post it here. We do make a commission from it. It's one of the ways we keep the stream free. And so, if you're interested in checking that out or using that broker, check out the link I just posted. This is just stock lurking. This is mostly just stocks. I mean, we talk options sometimes too, but it's mostly just stocks. All right, James. Later, brother. But yeah, tech, it was San Juan. That's where I went. There you go, getting a little bit bigger move for Mitch. But yeah, nobody remind me of HTZ. HTZ had the prettiest fade I've seen in a while. And unfortunately, I talked myself out of it, but it would have worked beautifully here. Definitely see a lot more fades in the market. A fade now for NIO. I mean, NIO is not actually going to fade, Connor. What it's going to do, like, it's too much above the VWAP right now for a fade. At least in my opinion. It's just too high. For a fade, it would have to drop all the way back down. It could reject. You know, it could reject. Like, if it breaks underneath the VWAP and then gets rejected, it could do a VWAP rejection. I could see that, potentially. But for a fade, I mean, it's almost most definitely not going to fade today. It's just too high right now. You know, a fade, it has to be a big drop at the open. And then a pullback to the VWAP. Like, if I take Mitch off real quick, I could show you. So if you look at HTZ, you know, that is a fade on HTZ today. So, like, so if I pull up HTZ here, and I remove some of these, this is a fade, right? So a fade, you get a big drop at the open. So you get a big downward move. What did I do? All right, so you get a big downward move at the open, and then you get a pullback to the VWAP, just like HTZ did right here. You get a pullback to the VWAP. That's where you enter in short, using a next level above as your risk, right? And then you look to take profits like that. Like, that's a fade. So it pulls back down. It has a big downward move, pulls back to the VWAP, and then drops. You know, that's a fade. A rejection is when you might be talking about a VWAP bounce as well, which is like if you look at Mitch's trade. A VWAP bounce is when you get a push up, a big move up, a pull back to the VWAP, and then a rebound back up here. Like, this is a bounce. So you get like pull up, pull back.
This trade trying to get me to close it beforehand. This is the problem of, you know, being a little rushed. Normally I would just hang out.
But if NIO pulls back, a rejection is when it's in a bullish trend, and then it pulls back underneath the VWAP. So it's like a bullish trend underneath the VWAP, pulls back to test it. That's where you get in short, and you look for a rejection back down like that. That would be a VWAP rejection.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and set a 75 stop and be done with this trade if it does hit my number here.
Yeah, it's kind of in one of those little consolidation trends.
If not, I'm going to let it keep going. My stop will be placed, and I'll go ahead and I'll sign on my mobile app and probably close the trade on the go.
Right. Yeah, right, now, bro.
You guys take it easy.
Later, brother. Have a good day, man.
Gotta go make that other money.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right. We got NIO maybe pulling back here. NIO maybe pulling back here. But yeah, HTZ was like the prettiest fade. It's the one that I'm probably the most bummed out about missing if you look at HTZ here. Look at this fade. Look at this follow through. Beautiful fade. Yeah, no stress, Connor. No worries, bro. All right, guys. Well, y'all want to see a promo video I made for my classes? For our classes? Oh, no stress, Connor. Yeah, no worries, bro. Listen, the easier way to understand it is that a fade and a rejection are short strategies. Bounces are long strategies. Y'all can help me out here. What do you guys think of this promo? I'm going to use this promo here for my site. Tell me what you would think. Like, I made this promo yesterday, and it's still kind of a rough draft of it, right? Like, I'm getting a little bit better with editing, right? After this, I'll probably close it down, but I could play the promo so you guys can see it. Hold on, let me find it. What? No matches. All right. All right, hold on. I gotta find it for some reason. I just finished it. I'm just going to have to give you the other rough draft, which the volume's a little messed up with it, but I could show you guys that one too. That's fine. Oh, wait, no, I found it. Okay, I did find it. All right, you ready? Let me make sure the volume's like right. So I made this promo yesterday. I think I'm getting much better at editing, you know, but here, let me show you guys this promo. All right, ready? This is the promo for the site. Let me make sure you can hear the volume. I think I'm getting better at it. Alright, that's my video. Yeah, the music's kind of little, I don't know what you would call it. It's hard to explain. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, listen, it's just a quick video I made yesterday, but the video was a little, the music is a little sleazy, maybe I could say is the right word. Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry. My wife had to ask me something. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just a rough draft. I'm not using it yet. That's what I have so far. I could use a different music, but the only free music they have for me is like, It's like it's like I can't think of the word. It's like the music's just not very fitting. That's like the most fitting music, but it's kind of like club music too. Yeah. Dirty House is an actual style. Yeah, for sure. But right, it gets the job done. It shows what we're showing here. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, no, that's the only thing. Like, I could slow it down a little bit, but like, I guess the whole idea I was having was just show, because like literally, like in our library, we have like over 50 hours, so like literal days of content in our library. And so I guess that's what I was trying to show, is that we have tons of like classes where each class is like an hour, and we have like 50 or more classes, so it's just tons of content. So I guess that was the vibe I was trying to get from it. But like I said, I can use you guys as like a guinea pig to see what you guys think. So, number one, I think suggestion is to change the music, right? Right. With music, it's hard. You know what I mean? Right, exactly, Scott. Like, but with music, it's tough. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. I don't mind showing it to you all, just so I can kind of get a good idea of what you guys think. And so it's just gonna be running like ads and promos for it. And so that's kind of what I was getting from it. So John likes the music. Yeah, I think it's all subjective. Siesta said my dog hates it. Nay to the static. What's static? Yeah, it's $15, Neo. Yeah, see, Scott likes the music. It's just good though. I'm getting a little bit better at editing. Like if you guys see my old videos from this channel that are like super old, my editing is terrible. And so I'm getting a little bit better at editing, but I still have, I'm kind of learning myself. I'm teaching myself how to edit, and so it's a work in progress for sure. Speed up the video. Concur with Jason. Too loud? Okay, so y'all think it was good, just loud. Yeah, no, the volume's going to be lower. I don't know why it is. Like, I put the volume set on my editing software. Like, you can see my editing software here when I was editing it. And I tried to, like, put it low, but, like, for some reason it just didn't, it's still super loud when I do it. So, like, when I mess with it, I'm going to have to lower the volume a little bit. Who was my first sign up to class? It might have been you. Hold on, let me check. Hold on, guys. My wife's trying to ask me something again. All right. All right. My wife's going to McDonald's. Let me look to see who my first sign up was. I can't really remember. Let me see. Oh, I can look it up. Hold on. I can look it up. My first sign up was on Stripe. Hold on. Let me see. It might have been you, John, actually. It was you. John Ennis was the first sign up we ever had. No, it was actually John Ennis. John Ennis was the first sign up. It was John Ennis, and then 7. It might have been 7. The only reason I can't tell is because 7 actually technically owns 10% of beginner trading. So it could have been 7, but yeah, it was either you or 7, John. So yeah, he's the OG. Right. I mean, that's what we do. Like, if you can see here, like, we just try to, people hate on us, right? But like, we're just helping new traders learn. We're not trying to be experts or gurus or anything like that. Like if you pull it up here, like it's just a lot of content, right? Like the whole point of it was like to show, if you go to our library, you know, it's just a lot of content. You know, days trading concepts. You could just go to this and you could just see we have tons and tons of classes. On back testing, ranges, gaps, market trend, scaling, building trade plans, parabolic movers, finding stocks, back testing class 1, half and whole dollars, movers and faders, rule of 3, trading with the trend, avoiding chop, back testing 2, 3, analyzing level 2, trade reviews, refresh, back testing class 4, and then up here we have class 5. So we've had 5 back testing classes, and then we just got a lot of content, man. And then you got a whole risk reward library, you know, psychology library, and so, you know, we try to be cheap. You know, like the gurus are charging people thousands of dollars for less content. You know what I mean? And like, we're not experts or gurus, and so obviously we're not going to charge as much as them. But we just try to give people a cheap option to like learn about trading, specifically new traders. And so that's kind of what we do. But even if you don't want to pay for it, I mean, you got the strategy section for free on the website where you can go check out like short patterns, and it like breaks down, you know, the different strategies we use, walk you through how to trade, what we do, and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's good free content, broker reviews as well. You can check out the broker reviews we have, use Stock Trade, Sure Trader, and Tefs. And so, yeah, man, I mean, we just try to give people a cheap, free method. And if you want to take classes, and, you know, it's pretty cheap. So that's all we try to do. Let me see. Oh, what's the site? Here, I'll post it for you. There you go. I mean, that's the packages section. You can go to a different one if you want to. So it's he owns 10% of the site because he's like the social media guy, and he's been around since he was an OG. I reached out to him. He does like social media stuff. Of course, CA or KA, sorry. But yeah, guys, that's probably it for the day. I'm probably going to close it down for the day. So we'll see you all tomorrow, same time as always for all of our members. We'll see you guys tonight. And so, yeah, not only is it the library, but we hold 3 live classes a week, right? So we hold 3 like live classes where you can like ask us questions, and we go over certain topics live per week. And then we add those classes to the library every week. And so you get 3 live classes a week and then like 50 something hours of library classes as well. So that's kind of what we do. But yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. Small loss today. I'll take it. You know, like I said, if you look at my graph up until today, my trading's been pretty good the last 2 weeks. Definitely better than it was. When I was trading the opening range. Still got a few things I need to work on, but overall, like, this is my graph from the last 2 weeks. Like I said, though, I'm kind of scared to see what my graph looks like with the opening range. But yeah, the last 2 weeks I've made about $150. You know, almost 70% accuracy, 9 trades total, or 9 winning trades, 3 losing trades. If it wasn't for this kind of scratch trade, it would be like 77% or so accuracy. So I'll take it. You know, not bad the last few weeks. Got to scale up in sizing a little bit, but overall my trading's been pretty decent, so I'll take it. How do you get on my classes? Yeah, you just check out this link right here. Also, like I said, go check out TradeNet if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use. Oops, what did I do? There we go. Okay, so like I said, if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use, you can use TradeNet, and I'll post that link here as well. You can go check them out. Also, shout out to Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is cool enough to let me stream their scans every day. And so if you're interested in checking out the scanners that I use, which are Trade Ideas scanners, I'll post that link here as well. They make my mornings super easy, super customizable scanners, and really up to date. And like I said, they actually allow me to stream the they actually allow me to stream their scanners every morning. And so shout out to Trade Ideas. Go check them out. Really cool company. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time as always. And yeah, good luck in the market.